Hey everybody, welcome back. I was just at the garden center. It's going to be a trait of mine. I'm there quite often, a couple of times a week in the summertime. It's an addiction. Anyway, this time I was out there and I found this pot. It's an herb garden. It's an interesting shape. I assume that it will fit 2 herbs. It comes with a pair of scissors for herbs. A very interesting pair of scissors, one that I am not familiar with, but if any of you are herb gardeners out there, maybe you have heard of it. Let me just pull that off here. This pot is from a maker called Elho. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. E-L-H-O. Yeah. Unique herb scissors, stainless steel, elevated bottom for healthy herbs. For all your herbs, what is that? For all your herb container sizes? I don't know. The writing, the font is very difficult to read. So, but anyway, I thought it was really cool that the scissors were right there in the pot. So, I don't know if you guys have ever had that problem where you're out in the garden and you just, I don't know, the herbs look fantastic that day and you don't have a pair of scissors or pruners or anything to get you what you need. It's right there. It's right there. And I don't know whether you can see it there. It's got 3 different cutting edges. So when you cut it, it really really chops things up fine for you. It really does the job of 3 scissors, 3-in-1 scissors. Fantastic. So these pots came in many different colors. There was white, there was gray, there was this, and I do believe there was green. They probably come in other colors, but these are the 4 that they had there. Different shapes, different sizes. This was one of the larger sizes. I wish that it came a slightly bigger, but unfortunately it didn't. This was pricey enough. This one cost me $19.99 Canadian. Yeah, thought it was a little steep, but really like the scissors. One flaw that I find with this is, as you can see, there are no drainage holes in the bottom. So if it's outside and you get a good rainy weekend, these herbs are not going to drain correctly. My initial thought was to put them in pots. I bought some herbs for this occasion. To put them in a slightly larger pot and just plunk the pots down in. You could do that. That way you can deal with the drainage correctly. Pull the pots out, dump out the pot, and deal with that way. But I'm going to give it a try. They say that these wells inside, as you can see that it's popped up in the center, they say that these wells will store the water and well, I guess as a water reservoir. I don't see how that works very well. To me this looks like a pot cover. But I'll give it a whirl. I'll give it a whirl. So one thing that I will do, because there's no drainage, I am going to take some stones. These are glass beads. You can use whatever you have. These are just glass beads, like I said. I'm going to put those in the bottom of the pot. That way it lifts the soil up so it gives a little bit of drainage. If you had any charcoal, if you have any aquarium charcoal, you can put that in the bottom too. Anything that possibly sits in water really should have some charcoal. You really need drainage. The water gets stagnant and it gets stinky. So anyway, I don't have any charcoal with me, so I'm going to just use pebbles for drainage. I'm just going to use some all-purpose potting soil. It's just a regular container soil. Let me just I'll put a little bit in the bottom. I'll put about 1 inch of soil down here. Okay. Got a nice amount of soil here. And I also like to like to put a little extra perlite in my soils. I find that there's not nearly enough drainage. Things stay a little bit too wet. Can't hurt by adding a little bit of extra in there. It depends on what type of gardener you are. I am a neglectful gardener, but it's I don't know. If the soil stays wet, there's a problem for me. But if it stays dry, it's a problem for me. I don't know. I guess there's no happy medium for me. Anyway, I got a parsley. It's a beautiful little plant, a curly parsley. So I'm gonna stick that in here. Everybody could use parsley in their garden. It's a fantastic plant. It goes with everything. A little bit of garnish on the side of your dish. I also got a spearmint. Spearmint is one of my favorites. When dealing with mint, it's best to keep it in a pot, because if you put it in the garden, it will go everywhere. There's ways to contain it. I will have a video on that in the future, but for now, I'm going to put it in a pot. This pot is probably too small. It's going to send out runners. It's going to go nuts. Actually, in time, this whole pot will probably be a mint pot. But I'm going to use mints for my mojitos in the summertime. Just a sprig of mint in anything really is good. I enjoy it. So now I'm going to add a little bit more soil here to top it up. If you wanted to add a little bit of manure to this soil, that would be good too. When you're dealing with items that you're going to be eating, you don't want to go with a chemical fertilizer, like a fish emulsion fertilizer or whatever is probably a good idea. Something natural, because you don't want to ingest any of these chemicals that might be in the fertilizers that really aren't good for you. Alright. I wish there was a glamorous way to fill your pots. But, unfortunately, I haven't found it. Okay, so we're full here. I'm just going to smash it a couple of times, get rid of some air pockets. You don't want air pockets around your roots. The roots do need oxygen, but air pockets are a bad thing. Just lightly tamp it down with your fingers. Make sure it's all good. Okay, I'm going to take Mr. Pig, the pink elephant, and we're going to give it a drink. Water it in well. Not too well with this pot because, as I told you, there's no drainage. So this water will stay in here until it's gone. Could take weeks. So it's lightly watered in. So I think this is all done. Let's do a little sample of how these scissors work. I don't know how they'll work when you're just cutting them. When you're cutting the, I guess we'll just pinch off a leaf. And when you cut this, it's gonna really slice it through. Actually, I'm noticing a flaw. As I cut these, the little bits of the herbs are sticking in the scissors. I don't know whether you can see that. It's stuck in the holes. So you'll really need to cut a lot of them for it to work well. Anyway, yeah. So these scissors were, well, I guess it's good. There's quite a pile down here of little bits. Interesting little thing. I really enjoy this pot. I would buy it again. I would, well, actually, before I say that, it's been fun. It still is fun. It's aesthetically pleasing. It does the job. We'll see how the drainage works. That will be the real telltale. If my plants rot, I'm not going to be buying any more. But if they thrive, this is a really cute pot. I like it. And I think that the size of it, if you have a nice deep window ledge, would fit perfectly. Like I said, it comes in different colors, so it can go with pretty well any decor. So anyway, happy growing. Hope this inspires you to start your own little herb garden. See you next time.